All right, so it says that we are live. So welcome back, everybody. It is November the 26th, 2023 at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this back later, we do allow our lives to replay. You're more than welcome to comment, but we may not be live and may not be able to immediately respond back to you. And hopefully everybody had a very happy Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, we're here, 5 pounds heavier.
I know I feel miserable. We're so fat and happy. We'll just say that. And I see everybody's talking about food and other stuff in here that's been going on. I'm sure I'm expecting a short night tonight because there's probably
Yeah.
still a lot of people with family in town and all. And I mean, short as in how many people jump on and stuff like that. So as y'all can see, yes, we're inside. It's been a miserable, nasty, rainy day here in Florida. Cold outside, has rained all day long. I mean, from the time we woke up to it looks like it just
It's kind of sprinkling.
no,
How
it's
much,
it's still raining out
how
there.
much should we get today?
We've got 2.62 inches today.
Oh,
I am looking at my little ambient weather station over here. I love that. The old man
yeah,
in me
that's neat.
loves tracking the weather out here. So we've got over 2.5 inches of rain today. It's been the perfect rain, just nice and light all day long. None of that heavy flood and stuff. And it was so much needed. Y'all watched the video today that I actually recorded a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. Y'all seen how dry it was here. So it's been so nice getting this rain. And we have had, oh my goodness, we've just been busy since last Thursday, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had a lot going on around
A
here.
lot of company, a lot of people stayed over. The last of the company just left a little while ago. We hosted Thanksgiving here again this year. How many people did we have yesterday? Did we even get it?
14.
14 of us here yesterday. It's not a huge group, but not small by no means. Bunch of cooking, bunch of eating.
I know. Does anybody want to come help me do dishes?
Yes, we're looking for volunteers for dishes. Oh my goodness, that's the bad thing about
I
hosting.
know.
I've still got chairs and tables and stuff outside to put up because it's been raining and I haven't been able to get to it. Pots and pans, the
I was
outside sink's full.
lazy today. I
I,
needed to rest.
I noticed all three sinks that we own are full.
I know.
So we got an outside sink full of dishes, we got an inside sink full of dishes, and we got a laundry room sink full of the bigger pots and pans. It's like,
I'm gonna get to them. I know it sounds gross.
nah, after big get-togethers like that, the heck with it. You just got to lay off right
Yeah.
there. All right, so a lot of y'all have been chatting for quite a while. Oh yeah, we forgot to play the "Can y'all see us and hear us" game. Hopefully,
Yep. Yep.
everybody says we're all good here. So I do want to say something to everybody. You can see I've got a pinned comment up top, which I'm about to pull down because it's annoying the heck out of me. And I see a lot of y'all are talking. YouTube has done a very good job over the last many, many months of getting rid of scammers before they pose a problem. Welcome to the world we live in with social media and super lazy people that would rather spend more time and energy and effort scamming somebody than they would working a real job. And it blew up out of nowhere today. They went to multiple ones of our videos, come into our live chat hours ago before the live stream even started, and just started telling everybody they've won something all day long. And we have told y'all time and time and time again. Typically, this only happens whenever we put out a
Giveaway.
giveaway video and we say the wrong words and we put it in the title. The only thing we've said this week was we're going to pick a shed winner name and give some
Yeah.
merch. But scammers today, just all different names. They steal our logo and they'll go in there and tell you you've won, but you've that real weird and fishy. You've got to text them. They were saying they were giving away a power station, which I've never announced nothing like that in
Yeah.
recent memory here. We're not giving that away. We never said that. And then they'll tell you, oh, you got to pay for shipping. We've always told y'all we will never ask you for money. That if we do give stuff away, we're covering everything. So there's your first hint, something suspicious. And when they won't email you, they only want you to text or want to do a WhatsApp number. You can already tell that is a 100% scam. Never fall for that. What these guys are doing, guys, girls, whoever, most of them are from overseas, from the way I understand it. They're just looking for you to give them a credit card or PayPal or something. They're going to say that they're going to ship you this item out, and they're just going to give you a quick charge for a fake shipping charge, and then they're moving on to the next victim. And of course, nothing ever shows up in the mail with you. So don't ever fall for this. Anytime we have something that we're going to give away, we cover it all. It'll be our official page. We're never going to put a number up there. It'll be our official name, page, everything. Yeah, they steal logos. There's nothing I can do about that. Sadly, it's the aggravating world that we live in. Sorry, sick, lazy, twisted people that want to take advantage of others. So,
And let us
frustrating.
know if y'all keep getting any messages
Please.
or anything like we need to stop it.
Yep. So luckily, PJ reached out to me today. She kind of got caught up in it a little, but she got real smart when they started asking for money. She's like, wait a minute. Well, I say PJ. is a she. You're in the thumbnail there. Could be she, he. I don't know. Your thumbnail looks like that. But PJ emailed me. Thank you so much for doing that. It was like, hey, there's something really suspicious going on here. And I remember you saying that y'all would never ask for money, and they're asking for money. I said, oh. So I went on there and started deleting them, blocking accounts today. And luckily, I see wonderful Miss Crystal was on here. Had already done come in and blocked about 14 people. Just so aggravating.
Wow,
So
thanks, Crystal.
Crystal, thank you so much for coming on
Yeah.
and doing that. That saved me a lot of time today. But I've been dealing with scammers and blocking accounts and emails and everything else since, I don't know, probably 10 a.m. this
Yeah,
morning.
Peaches
Just
says, "Yep, I'm a girl."
okay, good. All right. All right. Well, the thumbnail sure looks like it. So, so PJ, thank you for letting me know. Crystal, thank you for that. We're not going to waste too much time on that. I will say to the moderators that we have on, just look out tonight if something pops up right here that looks highly suspicious. Go ahead and just hide the person, and I can go in and block them. Crystal has done block quite a few, which I'm perfectly fine with our moderators doing if something seems really suspicious. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I see Roger, quite a few people saying they got contact today.
Dang.
I hate it, y'all. I hate it. And here's the thing. Apparently, the attack they did today, it doesn't matter if we're doing an official giveaway or not. We're not the only channel. This is happening all across social media, from Facebook to YouTube. We're not going to let these people win, but I don't want nobody getting taken advantage of or scammed either. So please don't fall for this. It'll be, I make things very specific rules, and we're not just going to randomly give away something like they're claiming that I never even announced. So again, the biggest key is we never ask for money, never ask for shipping. They are always going to ask for that because they're just trying to scam you out of some money. It's just so frustrating, but 'tis the world we live in now.
Yep.
All right. Let me unpin this comment because it's driving me crazy up top. Unpin message. All right, now we can go back to a clean screen and I can start answering some questions here. So again, hopefully everybody had a nice, wonderful, excuse me, Thanksgiving if you're celebrating that here, and hopefully you had a good time with your family.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, apparently the scammers contacted a lot more people than I realized. Goodness gracious.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, so sorry, but what do you do? Um, so of course, Miss Lee, right off the rip, did you get that mani pedi? Not last week. It was all about Thanksgiving and company and everything else. She said her husband had a pedi last week and he loved it. I mean,
Awesome.
I may love it, but I'm going to tell everybody I hated it. I mean, that's just the right thing to do, right? So eventually, yes, that will be coming right there. So apparently, I've done skipped over it, but they said Zoe says hello.
Zoe.
Okay, I see everybody saying hello, Zoe. Okay, there it is. Zoe screams hello, everyone. I'm just kind of jumping around, catching some random questions here. So this week coming up, just want to go ahead and let y'all know. Excuse me. I'm back to working on the shop. Had a lot of delays with the holidays and this weather, but I'm gonna get back to working on that this week. So we're back to big projects is what I'm trying to prepare you for. And I'm no longer having my big called up arsenal of videos. So may start skipping some videos, but we're gonna have some more DIY stuff coming. We got solar coming, got some big welding projects coming, and some other cool stuff. So I think it'll be more of the content that y'all want to watch anyway. So you may see me miss a few random posting days here and there. I am losing my voice.
Uh-oh.
I do this every week. Hang on, let me drink some water. And to be perfectly honest with y'all, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to start posting at my leisure. I've been really consistent and all about posting on a specific schedule, but it puts too much pressure on me sometimes. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes it also entices me to put out a lower quality video just because I need to get something out for the day. I think I'm about to, for those of y'all that watch Andrew Camarado, who I love, I'm about to start going with his style. You may get a crazy long video, short video. You may get a lull. You may get good stuff. Hopefully that's not too annoying to everybody, but I think that's going to allow me to make better content and build it up and not make such quick, short ones that I just feel like I got to get something out.
Yeah,
for
you
the day.
definitely need to take the stress down some on it.
Well, I've been stressed out here lately.
Well,
What?
you've been trying to like stockpile the
Yeah,
videos,
and that ever seems to work out.
and then it's like then there's that stress of trying to keep up the stockpile
Yeah,
of the videos.
doesn't work out with big projects.
Yeah.
And here we are rolling in some really big, cool projects for the rest of the year, along with, oh my goodness, so many trips and so many families over here and hosting and all the stuff we got going on all into January. So my weeks are going to be quite packed, but y'all are all dealing with that this year as well. So let's grab another one here. Do you have a blue check mark next to your name? asks, yes, I can barbecue. I don't have a blue check mark. I think blue check marks for Twitter or X or whatever they call that now. I do have an official check mark next to my name. You're allowed to apply for those once you reach 100,000. And then someone with YouTube actually goes in and looks at your account, verifies you're a real person, all your content is up to standards. I had to go through a verification process. So if you're asking me that, yeah, you just get the check mark because you've been officially verified by YouTube. But it's a gray check mark or black check mark, the way it's always looked for me. It could show up in a different color. I've got a nighttime scene turned on all my YouTube stuff, so yeah, I guess it could be blue.
When are you picking the shed name?
So
I forgot to ask you.
I think that's going to be this Tuesday. I've got a
Okay.
reminder set in my phone. I told everybody I would just randomly pick one a week from the day I posted that video. And yeah, I posted last Tuesday. A lot of really good names. Thank y'all for putting those in.
Yes.
A lot of people picking a lot of the same names, which I should have thought about before I announced that. So I got to figure out how we're going to do that because some of them I'm seriously considering. So we're going to have to dig through it. So there's probably 4 or 5 names that are really that I'm really considering that I think are pretty cool. Or maybe some of y'all had we'll do a play on words, so to speak. Some of y'all had some good suggestions, but it made a new idea pop in my head, and I'll honor you for that if I go with one of those as well. Some crazy names, some funny names, some serious names, some long names, some short names. Y'all come out of the woodwork right there. Some of y'all gave about 20 different names.
Right.
So yeah, we'll for sure go with one of them or cherry pick some of what y'all did and build a name out of it. I've got, like I said, I got 4 or 5 I'm kicking around. I think it's going to work. And I probably should have been a little more specific whenever I said the name I'm looking for. Not necessarily looking for a business name to go on the side of a truck to sell firewood down the road.
Yeah, it's just because we could not think of one. Like, you kept calling it 3 different things.
So whenever we're making videos and I'm telling y'all, hey, we're going down to the woodshed today, I want something quick, an official name like that, and something that's short and catchy I can put on a sign.
Yeah.
But it'll just be what we call it from here on out. So anytime I'm making a video, I can tell you, hey, had an accident down at so-and-so yesterday, or we got some new stuff in down there that we're going to head to. So kind of wanted to quit stumbling around on the name there and pick something official. I'm reading. As the winner of the Blackstone Griddle, oh, there's Mr. Morris. Okay, he says, as the winner of the Blackstone Griddle back in August, TCL covers all costs associated with the prize. I thought he was scared. It scared me for a second when I read it. I thought he was saying, apparently I want a Blackstone Griddle today. I was like, no, we're not doing that again either. All these scammers are back. I didn't read the first part. As the winner back in August. All right. Yes, Mr. Robert did win the Blackstone Griddle back whenever we did the 100K giveaway.
We're enjoying it.
Yeah, heck yeah. Hopefully you are there. Let's go on down. So, see here. Is that James says, Andrew and Tiffany, hope you're having a great Thanksgiving day. I had an okay day, but mom fell and broke her knee.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what you want on Thanksgiving Day right there. So sorry to hear that. And speaking of people going through some stuff, y'all, we got it every week with our TKCL family, as we call it. Update on Hammer. I know Gloria's on right now. I believe that's Gloria, but back in the hospital, y'all. More heart complications and issues, and there's some other stuff going on top of that. I don't want to put all their personal business out there. It's totally up to her what she wants to say, but could really use some thoughts and prayers. Not doing very well. We got a lot of people on here that's really struggling and hurting, and not getting to enjoy the holidays as we wish we all could. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers if you do. Do believe in all that stuff. And I'm already seeing what I love is a lot of y'all are emailing, text, and talking, becoming friends behind the scenes. So that's really cool. Yep, that family. So PJ, good question. How will we actually know if we do win, and how do you contact? So I always go and officially post anytime, like say if I choose the shed winner's name, I go back with our official page, our logo and our name. It won't have no phone number, none of that craziness. And I'll post, hey, I chose your name. Give me your email. And I always go through via email. I don't give my personal number out. It's just difficult to do. I don't have a business number. So I do everything through email for obvious reasons. And then that gives us a direct line of communication. And then I can get like your shipping address, stuff like that, because I'm not going to ask for you to put all that in a comment section. It's the world we live in. Don't put your personal information out on the internet. Let's do it in private over via, email right there. So stuff doesn't get snatched and carried everywhere else. So we'll do it like that. And what I'll probably do is next time I'm down there splitting or making a video, if I haven't heard from anybody, I'll be like, hey, PJ, I chose your name, blah, 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 blah. This is the shed name we're going with because we're going to make a little plaque or logo out of it. So whoever we do pick, they're absolutely going to know. We're going to comment, and we're probably going to bring it up in another video. And then, like I said, in that video, we're just going to do something small, get you some merch out and other stuff like that. And thank you again, everybody, for the suggestions. And thank you for asking that.
We're saying congrats, PJ.
What's that?
Congrats, PJ.
No. Here we go.
Giving you a hard
All
time.
right. So, PJ, if you'll just give me your address and pay for no. All right. Let's see here. Mr. Jimmy says he's won 2 times and never asked for a dime. Don't fall for the scammer.
That's right. We will never.
Mr. Jimmy, I remember you won the generator. What else did you win? I can't remember.
I know it was something.
But he won a generator whenever we did a generator review a long time ago, and a company gave one away. I can't remember
either.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
That's just how much stuff we've given away. We can't even remember where it all went. So Joe says they've received more rain today than they've received in the last 3 months. Same here. Been crazy dry. I think we've only had, this may be our 3rd rain in the last 2 months, probably something like that. 2 to 3 months. It was crazy dry until we got a rain a week or so ago. And then today was perfect, amazing. And I need this moisture in the ground because I've got to go start digging up a trench to run some solar burial wire. I cannot speak. Out to the panels that we're going to put up for the shop. And I'm going to do the panels in a portable way, kind of something different that popped up in my head yesterday when I was out there putting all my brackets and stuff together out there. And I'll explain that way we can actually use them up here at the house for emergency reasons and stuff like that. So that'll be cool.
Your brain's always working hard.
My brain works too much. I cannot sit and relax. Oh my goodness, this brain. If there was ever somebody that needed some calm down pills or something, it's me, but I can't stand taking any of that stuff. So I just let my mind go wild and crazy. All right. So Jonathan said, what's your top 10 names thus far? Well, I ain't got 10. I got 4 or 5, and I'm not putting them out there because we may get some more of them announced. Or if I say it right now, guess what? Somebody may run in and, that's what I'm choosing. And you got to send me some merch, So we're going to keep that.
But there is some good ones, though.
Yeah, we're going to keep that as a secret until Tuesday. Have I gone hog hunting yet? I have not, because I've seen no more signs of hogs on the property other than that one night whenever we got some pictures. So that's a really good thing. I have went deer hunting and turkey hunting. And speaking of that, I did get a turkey last week. That's what we wanted for our own Thanksgiving.
Yes, it was just me and Andrew here on Thanksgiving Day, and he brought fresh turkey. It was amazing. So if you didn't see that picture, it's on our community post. But
no, I didn't post that picture.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I thought you meant of the dead turkey.
No,
I did
turkey.
it. Yeah, I did it of the turkey. And PJ says that turkey that Tiffany cooked looked so good. I cooked that. I made the gravy. She did. She did make mashed potatoes.
And the green beans were from the garden, so I cooked them up. But yeah,
that's one of my favorite things to cook. And oh my goodness,
Andrew thinks he's better at the white gravy, so we let him cover the white gravy.
Well, don't you like me cooking?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna cook no more if you don't want me to. That's what I thought right there. So y'all, if you've never had anything like this, and I don't see nobody making it, but I take wild turkey breast, which is amazing. If you've never had it, a lot of people haven't. Nothing like store-bought. Juicy, flavorful. It's the best meat in the woods by far. But I'll actually cut out a big chunk that looks like a chicken breast or a big turkey steak.
Country fried steak, yeah.
That's what I call it, country fried turkey steak. And I'll run it through a cuber twice, 2 different directions, which cuts any little bit of connective tissues and the one tendon that's in it and all. And it honestly, we were cutting it with forks and spoons. That's how tender it is.
So tender.
And then I'll double batter it and do it in an egg wash and fry it up.
Our new tradition.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's not a healthy meal at all, but for Thanksgiving Day, it was perfect. And it was cold that day. So I fry up a country fried wild turkey steak, and then I make white gravy at the end with tons of garlic and pepper and everything else. And we smother all that over some, she made garlic mashed potato. We had so much garlic that day.
We got to get back on a diet next week.
Wow, we got Christmas coming. Now we got to eat even worse. You should see all the food that's left over at this house right now from everybody.
Like, we've got all of Thanksgiving dinner, plus we had stuff that we cooked, earlier in the week. I mean, we're just loaded down.
And then the company left like 3 desserts with us. We don't really eat desserts, so it's like, holy
Yeah, but I
smokes.
told Mom you like pecan pie.
Well, I mean, I do like pecan pie, and I have had a piece of pecan pie today. But we got tons of desserts here. Oh my goodness gracious! And we send everybody home with plates too.
Oh yeah. Pans.
Yep. So Kurt says, "Good afternoon from Southeast Louisiana. Missed y'all last week. Was in the woods camping. So welcome.
Yes, welcome back.
And when are we going to be in Vegas?" Ask
Miss
Miss Lee. That is going to be. We're going to be at the booth. The CES is the big public convention center in Vegas. It's the Consumer Electronics Show. We're going to be at that booth on the 9th.
Yep.
Yes.
Tuesday the 9th.
That's right. We'll be there all day long. So kind of out and about and around that area right there. And then we fly back out on the 10th, if I remember correctly. We're only going to be there a
Wednesday.
couple of days. So if anybody can, I mean, if anybody's around and wants to meet us, please, by all means, don't do no crazy traveling, y'all. I mean, it's going to be hectic for that Consumer Electronics Show anyways. It's a huge, gigantic show. But if you're going to be out and about and around, we'd love to shake your hand and meet you, since we'll be on that side of the country now for
Yes.
once instead of over here like we always are. We've been trying to find some opportunities to meet some people, and we'll occasionally go to some shows. Problem is, with us having dogs and chickens in a house, before we can plan and do any of these trips, we have to find people that it's really going to be family. Friends are always working. People that can actually come here and house sit and watch animals and take care of things while we're gone. That makes leaving so extremely difficult. So we
Yes.
typically have to do like a little day trip somewhere, but we'll occasionally squeeze some stuff like this in right here. So Big Wave Florida says he's officially residing in Brantford.
Awesome.
So welcome to the
Yes,
area.
welcome to the country.
You may hear some, I wonder how close he is to
No.
your
don't
friends.
go
You may hear some hooping and hollering. Tiffany's got some loud friends over there. Don't worry, they're not watching this. If they are, they'll know I'm telling the truth. All right, so Mr. Gray, let me not forget you here. Always so kind and
you, Mr.
generous,
Gray.
Mr. Gray. We just cannot thank y'all enough for what y'all do for
Wow.
us. Thank you so much for a donation there toward Defense Fund, which is a gigantic project that
Yes.
we're continuing to save up for. We're going to have to save up thousands for that, and that's going to be a huge long-term project. And I want to say thank you. We don't ever bring this up in videos, but we always do on our live stream because this is where people are so kind and giving to us. Thank you, everybody that's been going and doing your Christmas shopping through our Amazon link and Amazon store. We've seen a nice little uptick last week. We're trying to get a qualification toward a bonus that they offered us out of the blue and at random. And we're so close to hitting that for this month. So y'all really are helping us out more
Yes,
than you
thank y'all
realize.
for that.
So thank you, everybody that's using that link to go do your shopping and buy your stuff through there. It really, honestly does make a difference. And cool thing is, it doesn't cost y'all a dime extra. And it's a huge help and support for us. Actually, if we hit that little bonus this month, that's going toward me a metal cutting saw for some upcoming projects. And
Oh, is that what I seen in the Amazon cart?
I already told you about this. That's gonna be my Christmas slash anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's what that is. But only if we hit the bonus.
As long as it's for work.
And then we got to do a heck of a huge metal order. I'm actually very excited about all of the metalworking and welding and like multiple projects we have coming
Yeah,
up
you
because
look forward to metal work, don't you?
I loved building and doing anything. And I know a lot of y'all do as well. Although I will say the last few DIY videos have not performed very well. Like we're literally getting way more views on random tractor videos than we are DIY. In the past, it was the DIY videos that did so well. So y'all let me know what you want to watch before I go diving into these big old DIY projects now. All right. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Gray,
you,
and
Mr.
everybody
Gray.
else. I'll scroll on down here and just cherry pick a few more here. So, aha. So Jim brings up a good point. Considering choosing a name with an available domain name in case, to prevent copyright infringement, headaches, and stuff down the road. Very good, valid point there in today's world, the stuff that you got to consider. Plus, if we
Yeah.
ever made it into a business name or something like that. Oh, Mr. Jimmy said it was the Amazon card. I forget what the giveaway was for the Amazon card, but apparently he snagged one of those a while back. What else we got going on here? Donna says it's 32 over in Dallas. Speaking of that, we're going to be like near those temperatures. It really cools off tomorrow. It's kind of cool and nasty today, but we're supposed to get potential frost 2 different days this week. So we're seeing a heck of a cool down here in Florida. Speaking of, we're going to need to tomorrow night, I think, put out frost blankets on some of your flowers and our citrus. I bought a couple more. We need to actually go out and I can only find huge ones, so we're going to cut up a bunch out of the big ones just to go over all our stuff right here. What I should have bought that I didn't think about is some clothespins. That way we can just clip everything to the buckets and sides.
I had
You think
some.
dollar store will sell clothespins?
Yeah.
We need to go get some.
Okay.
So there's y'all tip. When you put your frost blanket over your pots and stuff, clothespins. You can clip
better
it
make a
everywhere.
note.
Yeah, put a note right now.
Yep. Let me put it in my phone.
All right, good deal. We got to, us Floridians got to prepare for our second frost of the year. We're going crazy down here. Meanwhile, y'all are laughing at us up
Going
there.
crazy.
Yeah, y'all are up there like 0 degrees. Like Lance is saying, 10 inches of snow yesterday they had. We're worried about a little light frost we might get in a day or two. We don't want our precious tropical plants to die down here.
All right.
All right. Oh, there was a comment I was just reading. How many times did you burn it before it was successful, Andrew?
Talking about the gravy.
Oh, we still got jokes, huh? Actually, I never burn food. I do really well when we're not recording. But when recording, oh man, I'll burn it right up, especially when we're live and you can't edit nothing out. I thought I did pretty good. Now, the grease did actually get a little hot, and I thought I burnt the gravy, but I think it all tasted excellent.
You did come in and say, I think I burnt the gravy a little bit.
It didn't taste like it, though,
No,
did
it
it?
didn't.
Tasted
It was
really
just a
good.
little darker.
Yeah, well, that's because I fried so much. There's so
Yeah.
much flour in there, it completely changed the color, but it was still what I call white gravy. I made it with milk and everything else. Okay, let's scroll on down here. I think the armadillos are defending their territory versus the hogs. You're safe from hogs. That's probably very correct. We got such an armadillo problem. They're probably running all the hogs off. We're just dealing with little hogs is basically what those armadillos are. And Christine, thank you so
thank
very much for an
you. Wow.
extremely generous donation right there. Says add to whatever fun needs the fun. I'm telling you, y'all are so kind, so generous. People
Yes.
do stuff for us all the time, even outside of the live streams. But it was the bail you out of our Black Friday bailout fund. So I told him, I was like, we may actually officially have to bail somebody out of jail with all the family coming this weekend, or it's to bail one of us out for spending too much on Black Friday because some tools and other things may or may not have shown up. And you got some stuff too. So
Yes,
we'll put
I
it toward the
did.
Black Friday bailout fund to keep us both happy with each other because we may have shopped a little too much for Christmas and anniversary is what we're going to keep calling it.
Yeah.
Christine, thank you so very much. That was
Thank you.
extremely kind and generous of you. Can't thank you enough for that.
I believe she said this was her first time on the live.
No, there you're right. She didn't, but well, she
No,
may have.
earlier. She
Okay, I'm about to
mentioned
say, and YouTube's actually celebrating
Yeah.
their first time on there. So thank you so very much for jumping on and spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Means the world to us. And there was another one. Okay, JB's Garage down there. I want to catch that for this one jumps off because these things time out. He says, Ruger better stay away from that pool for the next few days. Thank you
I don't
so very
know.
much.
If he
He's
gets
not
hot
going to.
enough.
He's not going to. He literally broke ice last year in his little doggy pool to get in.
And he was a puppy. So
Yeah, and he was a little puppy with no fat and hair on him. And he also got in a sprinkler. I was running a sprinkler for days to keep our pipes from busting because it got very cold last year. He's out there in the sprinkler flipping icicles, walking on ice while the sprinkler's running. I'm like, it was like 22 degrees that morning. What are you doing, dog? But now I will say he has been laying on a heated blanket outside
Yeah, we're spoiling him a little bit.
all day today. But he's also been out in the rain running around today too. So you never know with that dog right there. But he has been absolutely spoiled today. Now, in his defense, we had multiple dogs here yesterday, children here, everything else.
Wore
He
out.
absolutely got wore out. So he's doing his snoozing today and recuperating, so to speak. So Tripping wants to know, am I getting an evolution metal saw? Yes, y'all have talked me into it. Assuming, we got to talk about this. We kind of already have.
What
But
do I get?
a hot tub. You got a hot tub. She got an inflatable hot tub. We're living high on the hog around here. Goes with our pop-up pool that we have out there. Woo!
It's our anniversary gift, so I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But I got a really, really, really nice inflatable hot tub too, and it should show up just in time to use it for some of this cold weather. But back to what Tripping was asking. Yes. So the DeWalt abrasive saw that I've had forever, I'm done with it. I'm so tired of the sparks, the mess. They're not good saws. Plus, my dad's needing a metal cutting saw. So I think I'm going to send that back to him because that used to be his saw. So between the Vevor bandsaw that I have, which is portable and I can go cut stuff, and the Evolution chop saw, which should make no sparks, just little pieces of metal I got to clean up, and super accurate cuts is what I'm seeing from all the reviews. Y'all have told me for years I need one. I think, yeah, I'm going to get one because we have tons. I mean, I may get one. We got to talk about this because we've got tons of metalworking projects coming up, and I need something that'll cut some pretty serious steel.
I guess if it's going to help you make me things.
It absolutely is. Guaranteed. So yeah, that's the one on my mind right now. Problem is they make about 4 different models, and I'm trying to decide which one's truly worth the money. Some of them seem to have a heck of a markup for only a couple tiny features, and I'm like, I don't get it. So we'll see. We're not going to go crazy. And then they got some that's just completely out of my price range. All right. Robert says they just bought an ice cream maker and a few other things on our Amazon link. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Speaking of that, we didn't pull our ice cream maker out once this year, did we?
no.
I'm not a huge ice cream person. She loves it. Luckily, we don't eat it often. But we forgot to pull out our homemade ice cream maker.
No, I want some.
I know. I want some homemade peach ice cream. Oh, that is the best.
Mm.
And your mom's boyfriend made us like a mixed berry cobbler last night,
Yes, that
hot
would be
cobbler,
good
and he
one.
cooked it here straight out of the oven. If we had had some vanilla ice cream to scoop on top of that, oh, I'm not a dessert eater, but a cobbler with a good scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. It just
Mm.
takes a lot of ingredients to make it sometimes, and you gotta have it on hand. So
Wah,
yeah.
wah. Actually, we was making sherbet with it, and I like the sherbet. And what else did we make that time? That cherry sorbet.
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 Mhm. That
That
was really good.
that was really, really good. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Mr. Gray says his moderators get all the bennies. I don't know how Mr. Jimmy managed to nail 2, but there is no trickery going on here. And that's why I normally do the random comment selector while I'm recording to show y'all that I didn't just randomly pick somebody like it chose it. But I know you're joking with me, Mr. Gray. So Chris, yes, Chris. He says, I could watch you build a 4-way wedge for your splitter. Well, Chris, I already have a 4 and a 6-way, and I no longer have the splitter that you've been asking me for years to build a 4-way for. So sorry about that, but good suggestion. Why not a zip line? You've been asking for one of those for years too. All right. So Glenn, speaking of this, something we got to do. Says, speaking of citrus, we got a total of 1 satsuma on our satsuma tree. No lemons at all.
Oh,
Oh,
darn.
that's a bummer. Um, and he says we couldn't give them away fast enough last year. So we actually went out and checked our in the woods hidden satsuma tree that's like
Yes.
18 foot tall that we discovered on the property years ago. And it's loaded this year. I mean, what do we get? We got 2 Walmart sacks last year. And looks like we'll probably get what, 3 Walmart
No,
sacks full?
I thought we had 5-gallon bucket, 2
We
5-gallon
didn't
buckets
quite fill
full.
it up, but it
Oh,
was
okay.
two Walmart sacks. You know, that's how we judge stuff down here in the South. Walmart bags.
Walmart bag.
Yeah. How many Walmart bags of squash and zucchini did you give away last week? Seriously, that is how we like. I got three Walmart bags of zucchini out of the garden yesterday. That's how we do stuff down here. Crazy. But our tree is actually loaded this year. It's gonna make more than we can eat, but they're still partially green, almost there. We pulled one last week. I ate it. It was pretty good. I think in another week or two we're gonna pull them.
I was in the house and I'm like, did he just eat that and didn't offer me any?
That was the day that you ate all the wild turkey and everything else. And you're like, I am so full. I can't eat nothing. And I was like, okay, well, she's not going to eat this. I'm going to eat it. What's the problem? Oh, my goodness. We'll go down and pick you 50
All
more
right.
if you want them. So, yeah, sorry about your Satsuma, but we got them. We got them.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Assuming if you can go into the show. Otherwise, we will be around about in the area. I'm totally fine with it as the day gets closer. If we want to pick something that is outside of the event, that afternoon or midday, we can step out or something. I really don't know what's in that area, but it looks like it's pretty close to the strip. We're perfectly fine with doing that as well. Kind of, just doing a little meetup.
people are saying we're freezing up and
Oh,
buffering.
man.
Yeah, mine did that a few minutes ago, but then it cleared up.
So if y'all can hear me, a lot of people say exit out, come back in, and typically that'll take care of it. I'm showing full Wi-Fi and good internet right here, so I don't really know what's going on. And Tiffany's is working just fine, and she is going over mobile and Verizon, just kind of like how you are watching. So exit out, come back in, maybe that'll take care of it right there. Everybody still saying we're frozen?
Back now, fine.
Yep. So Donna
Okay,
said she went out, back in, and working just fine.
Okay.
So hopefully everybody can do that right there, and you can actually hear me. All right. Burnt pizza now. Gravy says one lost dude. I kind of did burn the gravy, but drop it. Oh, so John, that's pretty funny. He says Florida and cold weather is like Oklahoma and spicy food. I'm guessing it's pretty bland out there, huh? Just not happening. Oh, Adam. Thanks, Adam. Bat houses.
I
Not
know. I reminded you.
not this week. We had way too much going on. We had Thanksgiving
I know,
company.
but one
People
day you
say
said, "Remind me tomorrow."
And you didn't remind me.
No.
It's her fault. See, I told her to. No, we had too much going on this week. I didn't really get a whole lot of projects done. I did do some work out there on the building, the shop, the woodshed, whatever the heck we're going to call it. That ate up the majority of my time. That's going to be a pretty long video, actually, because I've been working on it for days and still don't have enough content to get out. But that houses did not go this week. I did think of a few locations where I think I am going to mount them. Maybe this coming week. Maybe not. We'll see what we can pull off. It's still on my to-do list with about 5,000 other things. Thanks for bringing that up, Adam. So Andrew and Sankey says, sorry, we're late. What do we miss? You missed a ton of stuff, but that's y'all's fault. Don't be late.
Have to rewatch.
Yep. No. You're not going to see it. I'm not going to allow this playback. That's what you get. Don't be late.
Oh, God.
We talked about scammers. We've talked about Thanksgiving food, all kinds of
Yeah.
other stuff. Ice cream, a little bit of everything. Walmart bags, all kinds of stuff. I don't think y'all missed a whole lot, but yeah, you can absolutely watch back. So thank you, Crystal, for being our cheerleader, telling everybody to give a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. It really does help with this algorithm that we talk about from time to time. So let's see here. My Westie girl barks at Ruger every time she sees him on TV. How about that?
Aw.
And our other dog, which Ruger's never seen at TV, but Bullet doesn't even know a TV exists.
I know.
Like,
Try to show him something on the phone one time. Like,
yeah, he's
I
just
was like
looking
video
all
chatting
around.
my mom because he loves my mom.
Yeah.
He's like, can't even comprehend what
Yeah.
I'm showing him.
He has no idea what a screen is and could care less. That's funny how some dogs will literally sit there and watch
Right.
TV, watch a movie.
Yeah, there's animal TV shows.
I know. Who would have ever thought, right? Crazy.
I know. Go out there and film birds for cats to watch.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else.
Yeah, I get to Crystal's comment. She asked it a couple times.
What is it? Have you heard from Mav's wife, Erica? Not this week. I have not. The last update I got was the update that y'all had last Sunday, and like I said, it did not sound promising at all. So please keep them in mind. I really don't know what's going on or potentially happen this week. Maybe she might jump on tonight. Otherwise, I'll do another reach out, try to get y'all an update there as well. So Tripping says, Tiffany, Andrew really does need that saw. All right, finally somebody's on my side, not trying to burn me. He says it will help with his creativity. I 100% agree. Who doesn't like new tools, right?
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. So Larry says, how did you find the time to study and test for your drones pilot license? I don't know. Okay,
It was
so
intense.
it was crazy, absolutely crazy. So if I'm honest, I've never been, just some high scoring test taker, but I'm pretty good at cramming. I realistically started studying a few weeks before I had already signed up, knew I was going to have to go to the airport and take the test. And realistically, the day before the test, I studied for hours and then I crammed again the morning of. It kind of has always worked for me, and went and took the test and passed, did well. I just kind of cram for hours and hours and hours for a couple of days. It's just what I do. Long-term studying ain't never been my thing, for unless it's something I'm truly interested in. And I think the drone test is the dumbest thing on the planet. It's just another money grab from our government. But it's legally required for me to have in order to make content that's could potentially earn income. It's just so unbelievably stupid. Just another money grab's all it is. But there's a lot to it. If you're not a good test taker, you're going to have to study days and days and days for that. Luckily, there's some really good test guides and test taking on YouTube. Oh, Mr. Jimmy, he says, I'm a butter pecan man. I used to love me some butter pecan ice cream.
Dang, now I want some ice cream.
Why'd I see pecan and pecan?
What?
People are going to get all nothing.
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
triggers
I
people
know.
more
I
than
know.
how you properly say some people say pecan. Some people say pecan, like we do down here in the South, which is the proper way. Some people say water. Some people say water, like we do with the WODER. That's the proper
Oh
way.
gosh, we could go on and on and on
I
that.
know, but I guarantee you, there's about to be some angry typing right
We have
here.
some English
Yeah,
masters here.
The pecan comment gets everybody. Gets them fired right up, man. I need to make a shirt that just literally says pecan and maybe spreads it out with a bunch of A's or something.
Pecan is northern and pecan is southern.
No, pecan is wrong. Pecan is right. Just like tomato. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's go down here now. I'm just goofing off. There was one I was going to catch right here. Why does this thing keep jumping around my comments? It just shoots me down to the bottom It's just telling me I'm too far behind is what it's doing. All right. Everybody still saying we're okay? We're not
Yeah,
buffering on
yeah.
everybody? All right.
Yep.
So Sharon wants to know, what are satsumas? Just think of your little cuties at the store, the little super sweet like tangerines, but bigger.
Just a
Satsumas,
little bigger.
yeah, it's just a little bit bigger. Well, a decent amount bigger. Actually tastes very similar. Super sweet, just a delicious citrus. I like them. I really like them a lot. They taste good. Yeah, like somebody says, tangerine, mandarin cross. They all taste pretty good. Wade says try control 5 for buffering. What the heck does that do? I'm not gonna try it because you're probably gonna laugh. It's probably gonna shut my computer down and doing restart mode, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
you fell for it.
Oh gosh.
We're not gonna do that. Jonathan says his cats watch cat TV. There's really a cat TV
Yes, my
channel.
sister was showing me the other night that she had the birds on there, and it's just for cats
That is
to entertain them.
that is
Yeah.
interesting. That is interesting, but nothing surprises me nowadays. So, Miss Lee, thank you so very much for
Oh,
an
thank you, Miss
extremely
Lee.
generous donation. Always so
Yes,
kind.
we need this
She says
one.
goat purchase. So the greatest
Yes.
of all time. So what is she means real goats. Real goats. Yes, that is probably realistically going to be our next animal purchase because we can do a smaller fenced in area, can get into them financially, well, a whole lot more affordable than fencing 10 acres and diving into purchasing several $1,000s worth of cows. Our cow pasture is a huge, and I mean huge investment, and the goats are going to be part of it. So we've talked. We think that'd be a good transition into our next animal. So
Mhm.
thank you so very much, Miss Lee. All right. So Zoe says you must get the dogs Squishmallow dog beds for Christmas. I have no idea what a
I don't
Squishmallow
know
dog bed
either.
is, but we're gonna have to look that up. I
Yeah.
guarantee you Amazon sells it because they sell everything. So Mike is pulling to Mr. Jimmy, says, I'm coming in late, sitting in my deer stand, listening to y'all. Be very, very
Good luck.
quiet.
Hope you get something.
Yeah, but be very quiet. Depending on where you're at, what time zone you're in, you're probably just about done. If you're in the Eastern time zone here, it's getting dark outside. So could we put our Amazon link on here again? Because after you're live, I'm going to do some Christmas shopping. So it's
Everybody
all.
answered them already,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah. Yep.
I'm that far behind. It's down in the description on every video.
Yep.
So yeah, just look right now.
Thank you for using that. We
Yeah, thank you
appreciate that.
so very much for asking about that and using it. So Larry says, "Oh, okay, yeah, he understood the process of getting the license. Just got his last month. The process is difficult. It's insane. I literally had loading real airplane questions in order to get my drone pilot's license. Like, how does airplanes bank? G forces,
Never know. You
how
might have to
how do
fly a
you
plane
weight
one day.
load a plane front to rear? And I'm like, what does this have to do with a drone? Like, hey, if you fly into the Dallas Fort Worth, International Airport, what are all these? I'm not flying into that with no drone. Like, I totally did not understand that test, other than somebody got a pat on the back to throw something together, and now they can charge everybody. Like, it's just stupid, absolutely stupid. But I guess you got to do what you got to do, huh? Oh no, and I see, told you, you get everybody fired up. Now everybody's telling me how to do pecan. Now they're all spacing it out and enunciating. Nah, it's pecan. So Sharon said Daniel had a discussion on his videos too. I ought to go back and find that video and just read the comments, because I guarantee you there's 1,000 people telling him he said it wrong, which he may
Mhm.
actually said it wrong. He may not say it like we do down here. So as Jimmy says, you pray for us. We got to go to the grocery store.
Oh wow,
Oh,
yeah.
buddy, I've been seeing
We
so
know.
many funny like reels and memes and stuff about the grocery store here lately. We laugh about it, but it's absolutely sad.
It's sad.
The price of stuff and how everything has went up. I
Yeah,
mean,
I literally try to go once a month so I don't constantly go and just get more stuff that I don't need, or
yeah,
yeah, that's a
insane.
good tip.
Sticker shock every time we go.
Read his tip.
What? Oh, tips. Ribs were delicious, so eat before you go to the grocery store.
That is the truth, Mr. Jimmy.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yep.
eat before you
When you're
go.
fat, happy, you don't buy nothing in the grocery store. When you're starving, you buy everything. Everything looks so good. All right, so Wade says Control 5 clears the browser cache. Awesome. Did not know that, which I've never been very smart with computers. I'll do that because that will help clear it out, which I usually go into the little buttons up top and go clear the cache that way, because somebody did tell me how to do that a while back. So I guess that does the same thing. It's just a shortcut right there. I'm reading. Uh-huh. Greg says that's restricted airspace. Can't even fly a drone near them. That's very true, but also not true. Depending on the airspace that it's in, class A, B, C, what level it's at, you can actually legally fly under it. And you can also call the tower and get permission in certain cases if you're, say, filming in the area, whatever that may be. But you actually can fly in restricted airspace, not in it, under it. So the way it all steps out and gets all weird, goes over all these cities. I guess that makes some sense why it would be on the test. Do we have our house off grid yet? We do not. The house may never truly be off grid, but we will build our system out large enough to where we can run the house in an emergency, so to speak, as far as the basics, food, water, things such as that. So I just got another huge battery out in the shop that I'm testing. It's basically the batteries I'm current testing, but double stacked, and a big server rack battery case. So my shop is starting to get close. I'm about 2/3 of where I want it to be to run me for at least 2 days on batteries. So all food and stuff taken care of before I need to tie into some sort of solar or recharging or go back to the grid. The shop is about to get a big 5 kW battery out there. I bought an inverter for it. I'm out there doing all the wiring and stuff right now. We'll have that in the next video. So long story short, my plans are to trench a 100 amp cable from the shop over to the house to where I can flip a breaker. But I've actually had a change of mind here lately. So the pool pump, y'all know I want to get off grid so bad. It's on my sub panel though. It's on the outside wall. So here's what I'm thinking. Run the wire from the shop to the sub panel, power the sub panel, which does half my AC, the pool pump, and a few other things from the shop from solar. So that's going to take a big load off the house right there. But I can also backfeed my main panel from that in emergency, running off the shop. I know this is getting complicated, but I know how much I love electrical. So let's talk about it. Just look, people are clicking off or dropping people left and right. So long story short, I was going to put a solar DC pool pump in because I've just bought 40 more solar panels, and we're going to have like way over 6,000 watts of solar out there, which is more than I need. That allows me to charge on cloudy days. It will also allow me to run the pool pump that we already have. That's a super high demand pump during the day when we're making excess power, where easily we'll charge our batteries, and then the excess power can go over here to powering this panel up, running the pool pump. Boom, just saved a pile of money. The pool's technically
So
off
what
grid.
else will it run other than the pool pump?
Just whatever's tied in that sub panel, which is the half the AC, the condenser or coil or whatever it is outside. Actually, I need to make sure that's safe to power up part of the AC inside and part of the AC outside from a different source. I need to think that through. But it's for sure going to run the pool pump. Otherwise, I just have to dig and run a whole new line from the pool pump to the shop.
Sounds a whole lot easier to do. Not to
No.
do that. I'm talking about what you were just talking
Yeah,
about.
because I already want to do that, tie everything together for
Yeah.
emergencies anyways. Now we're boring everybody. Let's move on. So no, eventually, yes, it's coming. Everything's gonna be off grid but the house, and we're gonna have it where we can tie in. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Miss Lee's giving us an update on her husband. He's doing
Yes.
oral chemo and radiation another 4 weeks. Then he's done with treatment. He has a tumor on his thymus gland that will have to be removed. Oh my goodness! But he may have this beat. So at least
Yeah,
it
she said
sounds like
he's
there's
doing
some
awesome.
positivity
That's
there.
good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Prayers work.
So I hate to hear he's going through all that, but happy to hear y'all sound a little upbeat. Y'all must be getting some positive news. So that's great. That's great. So one lost dude says the way electric's going up, he may want to go off grid. Luckily, we're still pretty blessed here. Our electric rates are low, but everything is going up. You're exactly right. And if I can go ahead and get things like the pool pump and shop and other stuff off, literally that right there is over $200 a month with our cheap rates that is wiped out, gone, and off grid. And that's just paying me back for all the panels I've bought and the other stuff that I'm tying in there as well. So, I mean, you're still looking at a few year payback, but it's cool. I like that it's bailing me out in emergencies and instantly paying me back for the day that I flipped the switch, so to speak. So, in my particular instance, it's absolutely worth it, especially me doing all the work myself. Danny says, "Oh boy, more electric talk." So excited with a frowny face. Why is there a frowny face? Let's see here. Adam says, "Andrew, I may have to sick you on EcoFlow." All right, fill me in. Oh, that's right. Email me back and let me know. I'll jump on them. I'll get them. And let's see here. You can call the woodshed the wood cache. A place to store your wood, pronounce cash for the cash you'll be making to selling it. Mark, I like it, but you shouldn't have put that on a public forum because now if I go with it or somebody may steal your idea right here, the wood cache. I kind of like it. Yeah, I mean, there's food caches and other stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So Mr. Jimmy had to jump off. I don't know if he's still on here or not, but we'll see you. And let's see what else we got here. Be careful running half the AC. The sine waves will be out of phase. That's what I was worried about. I knew there's something probably not going to work correctly there. So I'm going to think I may have to put a third or second sub panel outside, right beside the other one, which is easy to do. Move my critical loads there and tie them there. That's relatively simple to do. It won't look the world's best out there, but that may be what I'll do. And then leave the AC in the one panel. The other sub panel will be basically on its own, powered from the shop, and where I can flip one breaker and power back into the house. Gets a little complicated, but it makes sense in this crazy head of mine right here. Let's see here. Have you ever thought about doing a walk-in cooler as a DIY? I have, Clinton. The problem is I don't really have the room or space for it. I don't really harvest enough every year to justify it unless we start doing a lot more animals on the property. And the cooler method works so well for me. Ice and meat down in the cooler. We've got plenty of ice. Everybody knows that here on the property. It's just really easy. I don't know that the cooler is worth it to me. Especially, I mean, the walk-in cooler versus the ice down cooler.
Right.
I just don't really think I want to make the room for it, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, it would be a really cool DIY build. I've had a lot of people ask me that. So Dave wants to know if I'm going with any panels bigger than 100 watts. Yes, Dave. Actually, I'm going with my first ever bifacial panels, even though I just bought 40 new 100-watt panels to try to keep everything the same over here on my system. And because I got them at a killer price, I'm actually going to be testing out and running some bifacial 200-watt panels over on the shop. And for people who don't know what bifacial panels are, not only can they catch sun from the front, they catch from the back. You typically see this on your nicer residential panels. So it's pretty cool seeing it in a 200-watt package. I'm curious to test those, which might be happening by the end of this week, and powering up the shop with those over there, since it's going to be its kind of little own independent system. But as far as everything else, I'm going to keep it on the 100-watt panels that I currently have. My goodness. If they're asking electrical questions, I'm going to tell my electrical. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know I'm boring everybody. Oh my goodness.
I did it for Danny.
Danny says push the button. What, the shut up, Andrew shut up button, or the goat?
Yeah, the goat. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tiffany used to, whenever we'd be up here doing podcasts, yes, don't ask, we haven't done one. Tiffany would have this goat right here. Whenever I would talk too much, she'd push it and it screams. So she'd hit it and I'd have to edit that out of the podcast. But what? That's her shut up button right there. Because I guess I'm being well, we all know what that. Well, no, I thought it was a donkey. I know what you want me or want to say that I am.
Yeah.
Will I be doing a review of the new panel? See more electrical questions. If they're asking, I got to do it. Yes, absolutely. So be perfectly honest with y'all, the panels was actually sent to me by EcoWorthy, which I've looked at a lot of stuff, and I've bought some of their mounts and other stuff. So I will be doing a review on that because, well, they sent them out to me to do that, but I'm going to run the shop with them anyways. Why not? Everything else out there, we bought with our own money, all the wiring, the inverter, all that other stuff. And we'll be putting that in. So it's going to be a heck of a good help. I just hope they perform as well as they claim, because regardless, testing them or not, I need legit power out there. I think they'll do just fine. The reviews look really good online. Danny said, I missed something. I dozed off there for a bit. Yeah. See, tripping. I love the electrical talk. Maybe we should have an electrical live stream.
Podcast.
Electrical live stream. And for all 12 of you that love it, we can just get on and just chat for an hour or two on anything electrical. So Kevin says, listen to you now, my new Tozo earbuds. Boy, I love them things. Got them everywhere right here. Every different make and model. Those things just went on sale for $15.
Yep.
We loaded up because, should we say, I'm sure some of your friends aren't watching, you know, them little dirty Santa gifts everybody wants for $10. We just loaded up. We're going to be carrying those all the little Christmas get-togethers. I think it'd be a sweet little gift right there. And for $15, man, you can't beat those things. And he says, they work fantastic. My goodness, you cannot beat the price. You absolutely cannot. You can't not. Everybody keeps coming to me, no offense, with all their Apple AirPods or Beats stuff that they're like $200. I'm like, not this guy.
Mm-mm.
I
Too
can't.
cheap.
I can't beat it. $15. And when you drop one in the toilet or sink or whatever, you can say, all right, well, not getting that back out. We're just going to let that thing go because, well, that was $7 right there for the one I dropped down the toilet. One lost dude. Yes, pretty much. That is what she's calling me. An A double, you know what. So Crystal says, I saw a guy cut a live edge by using a ladder. He made a wooden guide on his chainsaw to cut. That's correct. A lot of people actually use aluminum extension ladders. They'll take one section out because it's a really sturdy guide, and it's cheaper than buying an Alaskan sawmill that already comes with a flimsier metal guide. But that is a pretty common technique. If I don't wind up with a sawmill in the future and need to cut some live slabs for some of these projects, I'll absolutely go back to, I even have an Alaskan chainsaw mill. It's pretty hard on your saw, not the most enjoyable thing to run, but dirt cheap. You've already owned the saw, so go for it. But hopefully in the future, we're going to wind up with a sawmill. That is not on the radar right now.
Yeah.
We've got too much money going to all these other projects that are coming up. They're going to be just awesome, cool projects. And I'm excited to get back into some building and doing other stuff, but that eventually will be coming. See, Lance says, see, more electrical. Adam says he's all in on electrical. Now, here's an electrical question or comment. Bifacial panels are becoming more available. It really does help in some situations. He has the Renogy 200-watt ones, and they've been very solid. I have been loving my Renogy stuff thus far, but this is going to be my first time ever trying bifacial panels, so I'm curious about it. I don't know how much reflection you're going to get behind to truly increase the input or output, so to speak, but I guess we're going to find out. Okay. Said Danny, boy, you got some smart comments tonight. He said, you had me on the first two house build electrical vids, and then you lost me. I lost you for a couple months, didn't I? Because I'm pretty sure we did electrical for a couple solid months. But since we're talking about electrical, everybody loves, it worked out yesterday, didn't it? Remember, everybody used to make fun of me. How many crock pots and Instapots are you going to have?
Oh, yeah.
Because I run so many circuits inside and outside.
Going?
We had what, at least
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think we had 6. We had 6.
Yeah, there was 5 or 6 Instapots and
crock pots all rocking and rolling yesterday.
I'm like, am I going to trip everything out? He's like, nope, this is like this.
This is what I wired this house for these get-togethers right here. Like, I got this covered. And then some other people right there are like, we can't even run a single thing at our house without tripping breakers. I was like, not this house right here. We got you covered.
Yeah, he knows I like my appliances.
Yeah, so we were literally running 6 of those things spaced out on proper circuits yesterday, rocking and rolling, popping off steam everywhere, and not a single breaker trip. That's why we wired the house the way that we did right there. All right, let's see. See, I enjoy electrical. All right, I see everybody's talking about Miss Lee's update with the PET scan. Which one you got? Okay, so yeah, Clinton says, I'm also exploring the idea of a barndominium. Do you have any suggestions on wood post versus metal frame building? Can you provide the name of the company and engineer that you use? So the company that I got just the basic kit from, the post, the metal trusses, the roof, is Backwoods Buildings in Chipley, Florida. I've now got 3 barns from them. Highly recommend them. Great guys. They deliver pretty much anywhere. Call them. And if you tell them that you've seen or heard about them with us, I think they've been giving some people some discounts, but I can't promise that.
Oh.
Well, I hate to put that out there, and they call me up like, why'd you say that? But I'm pretty sure I've had a few people tell me they gave me a discount. By the way, we bought our 3 barns, so they're not giving me a kickback every time one of y'all gets a hold of them. As far as post versus metal, it depends on what you're doing. You can't do engineering's going to, if you buy a kit like I did, it's automatically going to come with post, and they have to be buried in the ground for the structural support of these style trusses. A lot of people don't get that. Well, you bury post and do all that. It's just the way these style trusses things work out. You can probably do post above concrete, which is common. Metal above as well, which is going to be very hard to attach walls and framing to. I'd probably stay away from that, but you're going to have a different style truss. You're not going to be putting wood post on top with these style right here. They don't have a deflection support or whatever the terminology is I'm thinking of that a traditional truss has. So you got to think of your overall finished look that you want before you ever decide to go with the kit. We knew we wanted the ag barn trusses and the open room that it give us in a different look, and it required post, and our engineer required them to be sunk down in the ground. Now, as far as our engineer, it's not going to do me no good to give you his name. He only covers the local counties and told me a long time ago, basically, I'm so booked, don't even advertise for me, but they only cover 1 or 2 local counties. They're not going to work outside of these at all unless you live up here in North Florida. If you do, email me. I'll get you his information out. I don't want to put it all over the internet, but
wasn't he really not interested in barndominiums?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find out with most engineers, this stuff's new, although it's catching on a lot. They're very content and happy with what they do from day to day. They know the exact codes on. Most of them don't really want to venture out into new stuff. That's the aggravating part of finding an architect, especially an engineer for these style homes. But ask around, you will find one. There's a ton of people building these style homes, so obviously there's engineers out there willing to do it. Let's go on down here, kitchen. Jonathan says, I would like to see your electrical bill after Thanksgiving. If it wasn't for this pool pump running, I guarantee I'd be less than $100 because that's how I am usually every winter and spring. But I'm still running the pool pump several hours a day.
He's just talking about all the crock pots and everything running.
That's true too. Well, that was one day.
That cooked my ham in the crock pot. It turned out amazing.
She did. When I seen her flip that hammer in the crock pot, I was like, what the heck are you doing? That's supposed to go in the oven.
Well, my sister brought several things over that she needed to use my oven for. So I was like, I got to figure out how to cook all this stuff and not, cross over. So I cooked it in the crock pot. It turned out really good.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Absolutely. So let's see here. Use white rock underneath the bi-panels to reflect the sun. That might not be a bad idea. Now, I am making these kind of portable, but I can probably do that in the area where I'm going to be working over there. So that might not be a bad idea right there to do some reflection back up. Rename the outdoor kitchen the Crock Pot Palace. I like it. Boy, Danny's on a roll tonight. I didn't even see that was from him. Have I ever worked with Victron inverters? By the way, that's another electrical question. See, everybody's on this electrical nut. I have not, but I almost ordered one for the shop out there. They have really good reviews and the price seems right. However, I talked myself into upgrading because I was going to go with a small inverter, small Victron charger, or some sort of other charger I was looking at. And by the time you added up the price of that and you were going to be severely limited on any future growth, I talked myself into doing all-in-one unit, no name brand. Realize for not much more money, you can go into what I currently already have, which made the most sense because now I've got 3 of the same identical inverters. So that's what I ordered in. So if we're ever in an emergency and one of these goes out, I can go steal one right out of the shop, carry right over to the other shop, and we're back in business running, saving food and running well pump and all that stuff. So I decided to do a relatively significant upgrade, but it gives me plenty of power options for the future because I'm actually going to be running some electric power tools out at the shop. I think you're gonna like where the firewood stuff's going out there. It's not gonna be your same old just split firewood and stacking totes every day. Once we get power out there, we're actually gonna be running some tools, and I may try to find a hay elevator down the road because I really want me a conveyor. They're expensive. Can't really afford one of those right now. So if I can find a hay elevator which runs off electricity as well, that'd be really cool for, like, say, loading the dump trailer and things like that. So I've got a lot of future ideas to where I think power is going to be needed, and I may need relatively significant power out there. So better to buy once, cry once, and go ahead and have the system to where I can kind of upgrade into it, not have to be ripping stuff off the wall and buying new stuff. There's more electrical talk. Oh, look, people's jumping off. All right. Oh, there was another one here I was going to catch. Did you catch my comment about sending me the Amazon link to the dog beds on Facebook? So if you just seen it, no, I did not catch that comment. If you just seen it on Facebook, great. As far as Facebook in general goes, I haven't been on it in days, to be honest with y'all. And for the people that do reach out to me on Facebook, I apologize. I'm kind of stepping back from it. It's gotten so sour and aggravating here lately. Y'all heard my pitch about it before. I've kind of washed my hands of it, been really focusing on YouTube because there's just amazing people here. And not saying there's not good people on Facebook, there really is. But I mean, it's 10 or probably 20 to 1 the negativity I see on Facebook versus YouTube. Like, rarely do I see anything negative on YouTube. The kindest, sweetest people. Whereas every day I go on Facebook, it's just trash that I have to go through. Foul language, some of the sorriest, most bitter people ever. And I've got pretty thick skin, but I'm also the type that I don't mind responding to those type of people. I'll speak my mind. And then when I finally started realizing I'm just wasting my breath, wasting my energy, I need to
Absolutely.
be making good content and over here talking good people, I've just kind of washed my hands of it. Sadly, that means I've left some people behind over there that are good people that supported us. I do occasionally jump on Facebook, but not very often. Y'all are better off emailing me, which is down in the video description, or reaching out to me on YouTube. Just being perfectly honest there. So I know some of y'all come back and forth. Just wanting to let y'all know that I'm not over there much anymore. Just the most bitter people on the planet, and some good ones, but goodness gracious at all the bitter people. All right, so oh wow, we've already been on here a little over an hour. Let me catch a couple more comments, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Go out there and see Ruger, who's been laid up
I
on his bed all
know.
day long, and start winding down for the night. So, another electrical question. Are you going to install wind generators, or have you ruled them out? I am very curious about them. That's something I'm going to look into after I get all these panels and everything set up. I need to try to focus on one thing at a time. The only thing I'm very curious about wind generation is it doesn't seem compatible with all the inverters and charging and other stuff out there. So I've got to do a lot more research on it, but I am curious about it. I don't know some of the wind generators I've looked at if we produce enough consistent winds here of high enough speed that it's really going to pay me back. But of course, there's times that it's absolutely going to work, and it may work at nighttime. I will look into it, but not until I get all my solar panels up. There's no point in jumping into another technology when I've done bought and paid for one that needs to get up and be producing for me. Yeah, everybody's Facebook is doomed. I agree. All right, so yeah, Chris. Finally, Chris says something productive. He says, "Don't forget the Kelleys have 2 other channels. Check them out." Thank you very much, Chris. Truly
Yes,
appreciate you.
thank you for telling them that.
Finally, yeah.
They're not very active
We're not
channels,
very active over there,
but
but I mean, if you happen to stumble across one, for example, never been over there, it's got 100 and something videos on it. That's our Kelly's Outdoor channel. If you're into that, we got a little podcast channel where we occasionally
yeah, is
yak and
there
talk.
anything that y'all want to hear us talk about on the podcast? We need some ideas.
I got plenty of ideas.
Oh, I thought you told me the other
we got to
night
make
you
the
didn't know what
time.
you wanted to talk about.
Well, no, I've got plenty. I got plenty. But if there's something specific they want to hear, absolutely throw that up here. We'll read it as we kind of wrap this thing up right here. Let's see here. Have I thought about your thoughts on 3-way light switches versus 2-way? That's Danny again. Electrical question. It's needed and warranted in certain situations, like going in and out of a hall or up and down stairs. Sure, they work, and we've got a couple 3-ways in the house, especially for turning on like a bar light, which I've yet to build, and go over our big countertop in here. We can turn it on 2 sides of the kitchen. There's places where it absolutely works. I don't find much of a need for them in other places other than those halls and stairs. All right, so we'll read your comments here as we someone doesn't understand sarcasm. You better not be talking to me, Danny. I understand it just good because I can be very sarcastic. You better be
He
talking
can
to
give it
somebody
right
else.
back.
I give it right back to you, Danny. I ain't scared. All right, so I think we're going to wrap this thing up tonight. Thank y'all so very much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Thank you for everybody that was so kind and generous tonight. Again, everybody that's been supporting us in all these other ways, and
Thank
just
you.
ultimately for just watching and supporting us and being a part of the channel, subscribing, telling people about it, and allowing this thing to grow. Like, it absolutely means the world to us. Do not take it for granted at all. Truly blessed to be able to do this and spend the time with you. Again, you're our family, especially the people that kind of get on here and do this with us every week. It means the world to us. Time is precious and everything, and you're taking time out of your busy day to get on here. Even you, Danny. Even you, Danny. And Chris. Danny's the new Chris.
Danny's the new Chris.
Yeah. So good night. God bless. Don't forget, there's people that really, need some thoughts and prayers here. Reach out to them. They're hurting. They're going through a lot of medical stuff and other things going on in their life. Thank y'all so much. I see bat houses.
Yeah, everybody's
Bat houses.
list.
Yeah. So we absolutely need to do that. So good night. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. Yes, I know. Now everybody's throwing all that random stuff up there. So we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.
Good night.
See ya.